Those emotions, they were put on hold by time, but at Claire's bridal weekend at a Virgo beach house, those emotions also made the trip. Your together awaits. Find it with Virgo.
Now, the commanding officer of Recruit Training Command, Fort McClellan.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all coming out here today. I am Lieutenant Jeremy Roberts, Commanding Officer, Recruit Training Fort McClellan, and I am honored to be celebrating the graduating class of RT 2101. To continue for our ceremony, please remain standing for our national anthem. Thank you all, and please be seated. Today is a momentous occasion, both in the life of these graduates before me and in the life of this training. When your cadets first showed up to recruit training, they arrived as recruits, but are now leaving as full-blown cadets. In the last 2 weeks, my staff and I have pushed your cadets to the limits. We have not only challenged their minds, but we have challenged their bodies. Every cadet has pushed themselves to have the privilege to attend this graduation. And now, Operations Officer.
Good morning and
Good morning, and thank you for showing up. We appreciate that. For the past 2 weeks, we had our ups and downs, and we really have. Sorry, the wind.
there goes my dialogue. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we've had some ups and downs, but we all came through as a team, and everybody did very well. We left nobody behind. From the day that we walked into the barracks as complete strangers, now they are leaving as a family. The purpose and the madness behind the recruit training are to help turn these now cadets, as you notice, they all came in as recruits, they are now cadets, for the future of the United States Sea Cadet Corps. The training company was split into 4 companies. The Alpha Company, led by Lieutenant Commander Martin. The Petty Officer Tucker. Bravo Company led by Ensign Hughes, assigned by Chief Rogers and Petty Officer Stevens. Charlie Company led by Midshipman Dean and Chief Bashiri and Petty Officer Hudson. Delta Company is led by Midshipman Whalen, assigned by Chief Adewaka and Petty Officer Roberts. Now pass it on to Command Chief.
Can you hear me in the back? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to let you know that the dress rehearsal, final dress rehearsal, is taking place at the same time as the actual ceremony. We did have a medical emergency earlier involving one of our staff who's not here. If you want to take a moment to pray for her, if that's so inclined. But that's what is drawing some of our attention away right now. So we are going to continue here in a moment, but our commanding officer had to step away, and I will step in his stead. Kind of unusual, but COVID.
Stands for everything. Uh-huh. Hopefully not.
You just announced him I handed to Carl.
Oh, right. I was just watching.
And now for honor cadets. Alpha Company, Seaman Apprentice Spoon from Smoky Mountain Anchor Division.
Trying to smile in case
Now for Bravo Company, Seaman Recruit Meredith from Hornet Division.
see that shoulder wall? No. Go ahead.
Oh, golly. Oh.
Turn smile.
Now for Charlie Company, Seaman Apprentice Sampson from Wiregrass Division. Now for Delta Company, Seaman Apprentice Beard. Now for contingent cadet, which is the cadet who overall from all the divisions showed outstanding leadership during their 2 weeks here. Seaman Apprentice Handerman from Delta Division. Every year we evaluate each division for teamwork, honor, integrity, and military bearing. It was a tough decision as all our divisions were excellent. One stood above the others. The honor division for RTAL 2101 is Delta Division commanded by RDC Chief Petty Officer Ada Walker and Petty Officer Second Class Roberts. So I made a mistake, and I was supposed to read something for Seaman Apprentice Henderman, so I'm gonna read it now for y'all. And our final award, a cadet that exceeded at all tasks, assisted their shipmates without a second thought, motivated her division, received the highest score in her entire division on the final exam, and never quit. I am proud to award the Battalion Honor Cadet to Seaman Apprentice Hitterman from Chattanooga ZR1 Division.
In the event the commanding officer doesn't get a chance to come up here before I go on this next part, I just want to tell you, as a naval officer, Navy recruit training is currently about 8 weeks long. So they've done 2. They've come a long way. I'm very impressed with the entire group. They really have done stuff that their peers are not even attempting to do. And to go from COVID restrictions to full-on recruit training, especially the first week, where we pretty much simulate what they would encounter at Great Lakes in terms of intensity. These young men and women have done an absolutely sterling job, and if I was going back to the fleet, I wouldn't mind having any of them serve with me. A couple of them I'm told something different too, but I think in the final analysis, they've all done really great, and you should be very proud. So,
Next, we're going to have some Chief Petty Officer advancements. Is that correct? Yes, sir. All right, so you want me to read the Chief's Creed? Let's have a chief read the Chief's Creed.
Aye, sir.
Attention to creed.
Chief Select PO1 Busseri. Chief Select PO1 Rogers, front and center. Chief Petty Officer's Creed. During your time in the Naval Sea Cadet Corps, you have been caused to humbly accept challenges and face adversity. This you have accomplished with rare good grace. Pointless as some of these challenges may have seemed, they were valid, time-honored reasons behind each pointed barb. It was necessary to meet these hurdles with blind faith in the fellowship of Chief Petty Officers. The goal was to instill in you that trust is inherent with the donning of the uniform of a chief. It was our intent to impress upon you that the challenge is good, a great and necessary reality which cannot mar you. In fact, it strengthens you. In your future as Chief Petty Officer, you'll be forced to endure adversity far beyond that it imposed to you today. You must face each challenge and adversity with the same dignity and good grace you demonstrate today. By experience, by performance, and by testing, you have been, on this day, advanced to Chief Petty Officer in the Naval Sea Cadet Corps. As in the Navy and the Coast Guard, the rank of Chief Petty Officer carries with it unique responsibilities and privileges that you are now bound to observe and expected to fulfill. Your entire way of life is now changed. More will be expected of you. More will be demanded of you. Not because you are an E7, but because you are now a Chief Petty Officer. You have not merely been promoted one pay grade. You have joined an exclusive fellowship. And as in all fellowships, you have a special responsibility to your comrades, even as they have a special responsibility to you. That is why we, in the United States Naval Sea Cadet Corps, maintain, pride our feelings of accomplishment once we have attained the position of Chief Petty Officer. Your new responsibilities and privileges do not appear in print. They have no official standing. They cannot be referred to by name, number, nor file. Chiefs before you have freely accepted responsibility beyond the call of printed assignment. Their actions and performances demand the respect of their seniors as well as their juniors. It is now required that you be a fountain of wisdom, the ambassador of goodwill, the authority in personal relations, as well as in technical applications. Ask the chief is a phrase in and out of Sea Cadet Corps. You are now a chief. The exalted position you have now achieved, and the word exalted is used advisedly, exists because of the attitude and performance of chiefs before you. It shall only exist as long as you and your fellow chiefs maintain these standards. It was our intention that you never forget this day. It was our intention to test you, to try you, and to accept you. Your performance has assured us that you will wear the hat with the same pride as your comrades in arms before you. I take a deep and sincere pleasure in clasping your hands and accepting you as a Chief Petty Officer in the U.S. Naval Sea Cadet Corps.